After leading the Raptors to their best season in franchise history, Coach Dwayne Casey was awarded the Coach of the Year award. Only weeks later, he was fired. Canned! And for good reason. This is the Basketball Guru, and today we're going to talk about the 3 reasons Coach Dwayne Casey was fired as the head coach of the Toronto Raptors. But before we do, let's look at why Dwayne Casey even won Coach of the Year in the first place. The Raptors have 2 stars that would rather play iso ball than move the ball around, and therefore they found themselves entering the season dead last in assists. And the team was 23rd in the league in one of the most important statistics that's winning championships these days, which is 3 points made. So at the beginning of the year, Casey implored his team to accept a culture shift of passing the ball more and shooting more threes. And to their credit, they did for the regular season. The Raptors were dominant both home and away. They even beat the Houston Rockets both times they played them. The team catapulted to 6th overall in assists and 5th in 3 points made. And they ended the year with 59 wins, a franchise best. Dwayne Casey was applauded around the league for this culture shift, and the Raptors entered the playoffs for the first time as the first seed and with a true chance at making the finals. So let's look at the reasons Dwayne Casey was fired. 3 strikes and you're out. Losing in the playoffs is one thing, that's okay. But being swept out of the playoffs is just damn embarrassing. And the Raptors not only got swept once, not only twice, but 3 times in the last 4 years in the playoffs. History has now shown that this Raptors team, a team that's pretty decent in the regular season, just seems to crumble under adversity in the playoffs. And Dwayne Casey was just simply unable to motivate his team and inspire them to play their best basketball during the times that it mattered the most. And for a head coach in the NBA, that right there is a fireable offense. Furthermore, during this last playoffs, Casey once again made some questionable decisions, including benching the star player DeMar DeRozan for the last 14 minutes of Game 3. And at the end of that game, when everybody and their uncle knew that LeBron was going left, he didn't properly have his team trap LeBron from moving in that direction as he went left and hit the game winner. The second reason Casey was fired is because the Raptors are not tanking. When asked about the possibility of tanking next year, Raptors GM Masai Ujiri said, "We're not doing that here. We're going to win." Now, Albert Einstein said the definition of insanity is doing something over and over again but expecting different results. So Masai Ujiri knows that after being swept again out of the playoffs, he would have to do something. With 9 of the 10 Raptors core players already signed to contracts next year, his options were quite limited. Either he's going to trade up to get better players to try to beat LeBron next year, or he's going to have to fire Dwayne Casey, the head coach. Looking at the Raptors' payroll, their players aren't completely untradeable, but it would be difficult to try to move either Kyle Lowry or DeMar DeRozan and get a better piece in return. Furthermore, the Raptors' so-called bench mob that was the best bench during the regular season last year play better together than individually. So needing to make a change and with no clear path in terms of what might become available with player changes throughout the year, Masai Ujiri needed to do something, and what he did was fire Dwayne Casey. Lastly, needing a breath of fresh air. Dwayne Casey was the 4th longest tenured coach in the NBA, behind only Greg Popovich, Eric Spoelstra, and Rick Carlisle. Masai Ujiri probably just felt that he needed to spice things up a bit. Or maybe he's looking to repeat what Golden State did after firing Mark Jackson in 2014, despite him leading the Warriors to consecutive playoff appearances for the first time in 20 years. The year after that firing, Golden State won a championship. So here's to the Toronto Raptors, 2019 NBA champions. This has been the Basketball Guru, and thanks for watching. Do you think Dwayne Casey deserved to be fired? Let me know in the comments below, and please hit subscribe. See you next time.